Alright, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all glory, honor, and praises unto the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rachak Wadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone who taught this word in truth and in sincerity. Salutations to the hopeful elect that's pushing this word as well. Alright, this is your brother Lamaya Allah from the GMS camp here in Wisconsin. And just coming at you with a quick video, okay, about the worlds that are found in the scriptures. Okay, there are 3 worlds that are found in the scriptures. Alright, and ultimately, the water Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai for giving us the understanding, or putting on the apostles for us to go into the meanings of words, okay? Because ultimately, in this English language, you know, it's a shitty language, okay? The scriptures talk, it's a shitty language. You have many different words that mean many different things, and it could be ultimately it could lead to having the wrong understanding, as the Christians do. Okay, and we know that John. I'm gonna go into it. You know, this verse right here, John 3:16, is one verse that all of the so-called Christians of today use to say that the Lord is going to save everybody. All right. So what one word that they use to actually say that, or to describe that, is called supersessionism. Hold on. Let's get that word real fast. We can go in Google real fast. Wrong word. Hold on. All right, it says supersessionism is a Christian doctrine that the church has replaced the Jewish people as God's chosen people. You see, the Christian doctrine is that the church has replaced the Jewish people as God's people. It's also known as replacement theology or fulfillment theology. All right, so it says supersessionists believe that the new covenant through, it says Jesus Christ here, but Yahushua Mashiach has replaced the Mosaic covenant. And the Mosaic covenant was ultimately given to who? Israel. Those were the Lord's people. All right? Well, those are the Lord's people, not were. They are. Okay? And what they're trying to say is that it was opened up in the second covenant to the entire world. You know, to to all the other nations. We'll say it like that. Okay? But this is false. Okay? It is not opened up to all other nations. All right? It's only unto Israel. Okay? So that's supersessionism. But let's get back to this John 3:16, okay? All right, this is the book of John, chapter 3 and verse 16. And this reads, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever," and this is what they use that word, "whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life." Okay? We're going to go into this word world. And it's cosmos.
Strong's G 2889. Cosmos. Cosmos.
All right, and that's G 2889, and that's cosmos. Okay, and it says an apt and harmonious arrangement or constitution, order or government. And we understand that the Lord's people was his arrangement that he chose. You see? So this is actually talking about a group, a particular group of people. Okay, so cosmos goes into a particular group of people. Salakia. Yeah, it's like, yeah. So yeah, Cosmos is going into a particular group of people. You see that we're going to be saved, and that's only Israel. So let me get this real fast. Let me get Luke 6. It was Luke 1. This is the book, and I'm gonna just prove that point real fast. This is the book of Luke, chapter 1. Yep, Luke chapter 1 and verse 68. It says, "Blessed be the Lord Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua, power of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people, and hath raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David." You know, because the Lord was a Judite. Okay, the Lord came from the lineage of David, and that's what the prophecy said. Okay, but it also said that he was going to save his people. You see, and it says, as it reads in 68, it says, "and redeemed his people." Okay, so that world that the Lord was going to save was ultimately his people, the Lord's people. Okay, cosmos. All right, and that's the world, an arrangement, like I said, a world, or they said a world of Israelites, the world of Israelites. Now, understand, there's many, different worlds. There's different cosmoses. Okay, you see, there's a world of basketball. There's a world of football. There's a world of hockey. There's and you can relate that to the nations. The world of Israel. There's a world of Edomites. There's a world of Moabites. Okay, but this particular world that it's talking about is the world of Israel. Okay, because that's who salvation was ultimately for. You see, as we just read, it says he shall redeem his people. Okay. Also, when the Lord, when he first was born, let's get that. Matthew, the first chapter, I think it's 21st verse. This is Matthew chapter 1 and verse 21, and it says, and straight to the point, "And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahushua," not Jesus. All right. It says, "For he shall save his people from their sins." Okay. And who is ultimately his people? The Israelites. Okay. He says, "Only you have I known." Slakia. Is in a. You know what? Amos 3. Well, Amos 3 was. I was looking at. I think it's in Matthew. Yeah. You know what? Let's read this Amos real fast. This is Amos, chapter 3, and verse 2. You know what? No, I'm gonna go verse 2. Verse 1. It says, "Hear this word that the Lord Yahweh has spoken against you, O children of Israel." Okay, so it's talking about the children of Israel. "Against the whole family which I have brought from the land of Egypt, saying, you have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for your iniquities." So the law, statutes, and commandments, and we can get that real fast too. The law, statutes, and commandments were only given into Israel. So only Israel is going to be judged by the law, statutes, and commandments. All right, and only in the Salakia, I'm getting stumbled on my words, but yeah. So it says, "You have I known all the families, and I will punish you for all your I will punish you for all your iniquities." Okay, that is pursuant to Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. Okay, so we are under the we were punished. Deuteronomy chapter 28:15 on down. We were punished for our iniquities. All right. But ultimately, we are the ones that were going to have to be saved, because in the curses, it goes into we shall be our enemies shall be above us, so on and so forth. I'm not saying so on and so forth like it's less important. It's still important, but I just want to stay on topic for the most part on this world. Okay, the nation of Israel was given the law, statutes, and commandments. The nation of Israel is where the Lord sprang out of, and Israel is who the Lord was going to come back and ultimately save, as we just said in Matthew the 1st chapter, that He shall save His people. Okay, so and that's the cosmos. The cosmos that we're talking about is the nation of Israel. Okay. What else did I have? I had oh, and you know what? I'm gonna make this point too. Okay, because the Lord's going to come back and save His people, but there's a certain people inside of His people that He's actually going to save on this side. Okay, so that world is a world inside of a world, which is still, cosmos. Okay, and that is, I'm going to go Romans 11 and 7. This is the book of Romans, chapter 11 and verse 7. And it reads, "What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded." Now I'm reading NLT. It said, so this is the situation. Most of the people of Israel have not found favor of the Most High. They are looking for so earnestly. It says, a few have, the ones God hath chosen, but the hearts of the rest were hardened. You see? And the ones that were chosen is ultimately the hopeful elect on this side. Okay? And this time it's the hopeful elect that's going to be redeemed. It's going to be actually saved. Okay? And 2/3 have to die on this side. And as it says in 2nd Esdras, the 9th chapter, I think it was, that they shall know death by pain. Okay? But let's move on. Okay? So that's one cosmos. All right? And it's the nation of Israel. Ultimately is the elect inside of the nation of Israel. So that's another cosmos. Okay? So now we're going to go and get another one. Let's go to, not Matthew, Luke. Okay. This is Luke chapter 2 and verse 1, and it reads, "And it came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed." Let's get this world. So during the time of Caesar, he put a tax on the land. Okay, this says oikumene.
Strong's G 3625. Oikumene. Oikumene.
All right, that's the G 3625 oikumene, and that says the inhabited earth, a portion of the earth inhabited by the Greeks, in a distinction from the lands of the barbarians. It says the Roman Empire, all the subjects of the empire. You see? The Roman Empire, all the subjects from the empire, and it says the whole inhabited earth, the whole world. Okay, so this is more so, the whole inhabited earth. Okay, and we can prove that. All right, it wasn't saying all the Romans. Okay, actually, let's just get the map. We'll get a map real fast. Caesar Augustus. I think I did. Okay, so Caesar Augustus, he ruled and he put a tax on the land. All right, which was said, it said a tax on all the world, which ultimately was everything that they controlled at that time. I wish I had a better map, because as you can see, Rome, this is everything that the Roman Empire had control of. But it's not just Rome. Okay, these other lands which had other peoples in these lands who were taxed as well. Okay, so it's actually talking about the land that they had and the inhabitants of the land. Okay, so that's why it says inhabited earth. He put a tax on the world. Okay, and that's oikoumene. Okay, inhabited earth. Real fast, go back to that. Okay, and yeah, and we understand that, it says, I mean, you can read the map. That's, Europe. It says Europe, Asia, Africa, but these are the lands back in those times that it wasn't just in Rome. Okay, it was everything that they controlled. But it's still the inhabited earth, so it's not talking about a certain people. Okay, that's two worlds. Okay, there's two different worlds. Now, Lord willing, this video is edifying to the sheep of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Salaki, I had some other precepts, and but like I said, I just want to get straight to the point. And Lord willing, I wasn't all over the place. And this video is edifying. And the last one we got, which is one I like to always go to, because Matthew 24 and verse 3. All right. And it says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, and the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? So the disciples are asking Yahushua, when is the kingdom of heaven going to be set up? Okay. And that's what he mean by the end of the world. So let's see what this world means.
Strong's G165, Ion.
Okay, the G165, and it says Ion. It says forever and unbroken age, perpetuity of time. You see? It says eternity, the world's universe. It says period of time or an age, perpetuity of time. So if it said that when is the Lord's world going to be set up? I mean, when is the Lord's kingdom going to be set up and the end of the world? Think about it. So if the Lord's kingdom is going to be set up, technically it could not be the end of the world. It could be the end of a time. You see? So that's why, and I'm going to go to it. So it's actually talking about the end of of a time of a rulership. Okay? That's why we have just the book of here we go. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, and verse 9. It says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. There we go. So when is the end of this world, and when is the Lord going to set up his world? You see, after Esau is taken down, that's the end of his age. All right. Then the age of Yasharallah is going to be set up. Then the kingdom of heaven is going to be set up. Okay. So this is actually just this world is referring to a period of time. Okay. A time of rulership. Just like all the other kingdoms that were set up on the earth had a time where they rose, and then the time that they were taken out. Those were also periods of time. Those were world in that aspect, as in meaning ion. Okay. So a perpetuity of time is what this world means. This is the third world. Okay. So we have Ion, we have oikoumene, and we have cosmos. Cosmos meaning an arrangement, or you can say like a particular. It says an apt arrangement, a harmonious arrangement. All right, and that's the world of Israel. That in John 3:16, we have oikoumene, which is talking about the inhabited earth, which is we use for Luke, the 2nd chapter and 1st verse. Caesar Augustus, when he put a tax upon the entire world, which was meaning the land that they owned at that time and everybody that was within that land. And it wasn't just Romans, it was other nationalities or other nations that they were ruling over who were taxed as well. Okay, but that world is oikoumene, and it meant what? Inhabited earth. All right, and then we have the last one. It was this aion. Okay, and that is pursuant to Matthew, the 24th chapter, when the disciples asked when is going to be the end of this world and the beginning of the Lord's. All right, and that's aion, and that's the perpetuity of time and age, a rulership. Okay, so Lord willing, this video was edifying to the sheep of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, and Lord willing, we got the understanding of those 3 worlds. All right, shalom, and to the next.